If you want to gain, whether it's strength, which means you're going to gain mass, or your goal is to gain mass, which means you're going to gain strength, the two, I know people act like strength and hypertrophy, they're two different things. No, actually they're not. If you get bigger, you probably will get stronger, and if you get stronger, you'll probably get bigger. Sorry, folks. I know that your favorite IG influencer tries to sell you a hypertrophy program, but in reality, let's just be serious about this here. Like, you know what's sad? Paul Carter used to write things like, hey, you should squat 500 for 10 reps and your legs would be big. Now he tells people to use machines. And that's fine. I know Paul hates me, so I don't mind mentioning him. But his old stuff was really good, and I agree. If you can squat 500 for 10, you're gonna have some pretty good legs. You ever see like Steve Kuklo squatting, what was it, like 500 for sets of 20 or some shit? Anyways, if your goal is to gain strength or gain size, make your diet easy. That's what this video is actually about. Make your diet easy. It's a pain in the ass to eat that much food all the time, and I know dieting sucks itself because now you're just hungry all the time, but you know what's even harder is trying to force yourself to eat when you're not hungry. And if you're eating foods that don't digest well, or your diet is really complicated, it's really easy to like fall off the wagon. And it would be easy if you ate junk food, and I'm not recommending anyone eats junk food, because I do think, this is just my personal opinion, you go ahead and disagree because, you know, Layne Norton says you can eat Oreos and ice cream, but I think that being healthy is important. And I think that eating well doesn't have to be perfect, but eating well in general is going to pay off in the long run for your ability to gain strength and gain size. I think that there's a very good reason why, if you look at these bodybuilders, even in their off season, they're eating like meat, rice, and vegetables. What a random, thing to suggest that people would eat meat and vegetables and then fill out their carbs with, rice and potatoes or something, right? Meat and potatoes. What a weird thing, right? No, it's not weird. So here's how I make it simple. You get up in the morning and you eat Greek yogurt. Why? Because you don't have to cook it. There's breakfast. Like, it doesn't get any easier than that. When I wake up in the morning, I'm not exactly in the mood to go, turn on the stove and cook a whole bunch of eggs and make an omelet or something. No, I'm lazy. So I want to just turn on, the Instapot. This is the other part of my morning. Throw some meat in it, dump some vegetables in it, toss some rice in it, close it up. And then I don't feel like cooking at that point because I just threw a bunch of food in the Instapot, which is about all the energy I have when I'm half awake. And so then I just eat some Greek yogurt and some fruit. Like, that's really the easiest breakfast to start off with. I can't make it any more simple for you. I take my meat for the day, probably about 3 pounds of whatever it is. Whatever's on sale at Walmart is what I'm eating. So if chicken thighs are on sale, or it's pork, or it's ground beef, or if I'm really lucky, it's something like London Broil, which is not commonly on sale, but once in a while you'll see it marked down because it's about to go bad or some shit. You take 3 pounds of meat, you throw that in the Instapot. Then you take a bag of frozen vegetables, whatever frozen vegetables you feel like, especially if they're on sale. Grab the mixed ones with the cauliflower, the broccoli, and the carrots, or whatever the hell's in it. Or you can just get broccoli, or you can get asparagus, whatever is on sale, whatever's cheap. Pour some of that in there until the Instapot looks like it's full. And then you just take some rice and just dump some rice in there. No, I don't measure these things out. I'm sure someone out there is measuring these things meticulously, but really the only thing I truly know is that the meat is 3 pounds of meat because I have to buy meat by the pound. Like, how do you not know that you're eating 3 pounds of meat? So there's no way for you to not even know. It says so on the packages. It's a 1 pound package, or it's a 2 pound package, or whatever it is. You throw 3 pounds of meat in. Dump frozen vegetables in until the Instapot's almost full, and then pour some rice in to fill in the gaps. Close the damn thing up, put it on slow cook. Or, if you're in a hurry, you push the meat button. And you push the meat button, it cooks real fast, and then you put it on the slow cook afterwards just to keep it warm. Like I said, next thing I do, grab some Greek yogurt. I eat some Greek yogurt, and then I'll have like some frozen blueberries or frozen strawberries or whatever frozen fruit I grabbed. And that's my breakfast. Because why? Because it's simple and I don't have to put any effort into it. Maybe I'll have an apple. maybe I'll really go all out and I'll have a banana too. Because I just make sure I eat something with the Greek yogurt, because otherwise, like, you're going to get hungry really fast, which is not good. You definitely want something sustained in your system, and at the same time, you don't want to eat a whole, I don't know, you want to eat, get your day started, get a good quality protein in, get some carbs so you have some energy, and go train. Then from there, you've already got this food cooking in the Instapot, okay? You go back to that. Whatever your day looks like, if you want, you can just break it up and you have, 6 meals out of the Instapot because you're eating a half pound at a time, or you go ahead and have 3 meals because you're eating a whole pound of meat at a time. No, I don't believe that you waste protein. I'm sure someone will tell me, oh, you're eating too much protein per meal. Like, if you eat a pound of chicken, that's more than 30 grams of protein. You're wasting protein. But that's actually a bullshit paper. So we're going to go off on a tangent, but that's what I do. There's this paper by Aragon and Schoenfeld all about how, like, you can only use so much protein at one time and the rest of it goes to, getting turned into glucose or whatever kind of bullshit. And it's like, that is not a good example because you're not looking at meat. Let me point that out again. You are not looking at meat. These are looking at, like, drinking whey protein. Okay, I want you to go eat a steak. You're going to eat a whole fucking pound of steak. That's more than 30 grams of protein. Oh my gosh, I'm wasting all this protein. Yeah. And then, 4 hours later, do a shit ton of really hard sprints till you throw up. And what do you end up throwing up? Undigested steak. So you mean to tell me that somehow if I eat over 100 grams of protein in a single meal, and then I throw up later, and it was undigested, that I only digested 30 grams of that protein and turned the rest into glucose, why is there still undigested food in my stomach for me to throw up? Doesn't make any sense. So, and I think this is why you'll find a lot of the really high-level bodybuilders tell you they don't use whey protein. They just eat food. Why? Because it digests slower. So now you have this constant stream of amino acids coming into your body. I know people want to talk about, like, oh, you get 30 grams of whey protein at once and 3 grams of leucine, and it stimulates mTOR and MPS, and then there's a 3-hour refractory window and all this stuff like that. And I don't really think it works the way that we think it works. Because I'll tell you what, do this to yourself sometime. I'm being really serious. This is an experiment for you to try. Dump all the supplements. Stop it. Stop wasting your money on creatine. Stop wasting your money on whey protein. Stop wasting your money on these things. And eat food. Specifically, I will tell you, eat steak. If you can afford it. I know it's a pain in the ass. Otherwise, you're just going to have to do ground beef. You'll just have to, deal with the fact that it isn't quite as good, but it's damn close. Even chicken breast. Fuck it. You want to do the bodybuilder thing and eat lean chicken breast with rice? Go for it. Here's the point that I have to make to you. Tell me you don't recover better eating food. I swear to you, every time I've ever... And don't get me wrong, I'm not someone who's anti-whey protein, okay? Believe me, it's super convenient. Man, when I'm traveling, I have to drive and stuff like that, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just pour some water in a shaker, shake it up, drink that thing down, okay? What do I mind? It's delicious. I buy the Dymatize ISO 100, and it just tastes better. I get, like, the Fruity Pebbles thing, whatever it's called. There's a little picture of Fred Flintstone on it. And it's like Cocoa Pebbles, I think, is what the flavor is supposed to be, okay? It's chocolate. It's good. Chocolate tastes good. We all like that. I'm not bashing whey protein, but I am telling you that as part of your normal diet, dump the supplements, eat food, eat steak and rice for 3 to 6 meals a day, and you will find that, oh gosh, I feel like I recover better and I feel better. I make better progress. My squat goes up much faster when I'm eating steak. So, to me, I'm pretty convinced at this point that eating food is superior to supplements. And this is why you're going to make your diet simple. So, like I said, you're going to get up, you're going to throw 3 pounds of meat in the slow cooker, dump some frozen vegetables in, add some rice, add some potatoes if you want potatoes. I don't really like potatoes that much, so I just put rice in because I just don't like potatoes. I'm just not it's not like I won't eat potatoes. I'll eat potatoes. I'm just not crazy about them. So yeah, so that's in the slow cooker, and then I go have some Greek yogurt and some fruit, and that's a breakfast. That's a totally acceptable breakfast. And now you have 3 to 6 meals in the Instapot that you just go ahead and take it out later in the day, and now you have all these meals for the rest of your day. And this is this video has gone on entirely too long for such a simple concept, but that really is the best way for you to do it. Just make your diet super simple. I know people are like, well, isn't that boring? And it's like, yeah, it is boring. I don't think that this is an exciting diet of like fine cuisine. I don't know, if you're a foodie, you're not going to like this. But you know what? If you're just trying to get stronger and bigger, this is going to work real well. And if you want to spice it up, I'll let you in on a secret. There's this thing, it's called Heinz ketchup. Oh, man. If you're from Pittsburgh, you know what I'm talking about. Heinz ketchup is the best fucking ketchup in the world. You can put ketchup in. Hey, they got French's mustard. Holy cow, French's mustard changes everything, doesn't it? I think it does. So you put some French's mustard in. Hell, here's a radical concept. You can put both. You can put ketchup and mustard in. With your steak, with your ground beef, with your broccoli and rice. It actually still tastes good. And then there's this whole aisle at the section. There's these spices that you can get. Man, you can get garlic powder, onion powder, you can get like chili powder, you can get cayenne, hell, you can get oregano, and just toss that in with your food. So if you just want to change the flavor so you're not eating the same thing over and over again, I recommend throwing some spices in. Put some ginger in. There's a curry powder that they sell at Walmart. I know, I'm talking about Walmart because that's the only place I have to go. I live in Duluth. What do you want? I don't have Whole Foods or Trader Joe's here. I really don't. That's not a joke. There is no Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. There's no Kroger. There's no Meijer. Okay, you got Walmart and the gas station. So that's where I get my food, right? So meat, frozen vegetables, rice. Then just add some random spices to each meal, so that way each meal tastes different, whatever. And when you have a Greek yogurt, guess what? You don't even have to eat plain Greek yogurt. No, you don't. Here's a great tip for you. You can put some cinnamon in there. Yeah, because cinnamon's actually good for you. Or, tell you what, with the mixed berries, the frozen berries, sometimes I just stir those in with the Greek yogurt. And now my Greek yogurt has blueberries in it, or strawberries in it, or frozen cherries in it, which are good. They taste great. And it really is that simple. That is the secret to you being able to stick to this, is making your diet as simple as possible. And that is what I have for you.